What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, unfortunately, last year was without a lot of the normal Marvel fanfare when it comes to announcements from Marvel Studios. Not only did the actors and writers strike impact San Diego Comic-Con, as in there was no Hall H, Marvel Studios only does D23 every other year. And so where they set an enormous precedent in 2022 with maybe more announcements, reveals, and footage during D23 than San Diego Comic-Con, there just wasn't one last year. But now it's 2024, all of the strikes have been resolved. We should have a D23 at the end of the year, and we're all very patiently waiting for San Diego Comic-Con. However, it's been revealed that Disney is going to be at a separate con in Cinemacon coming up here real soon, and we're going to talk about this because honestly, this is something that has been covered here at this channel since in between Infinity War and Avengers Endgame in summer of 2018. Every year it's exactly the same with our expectations for what might get announced there, and every year it's exactly the same with what they actually reveal. We're going to talk about that during this video, what you should and should not expect from Disney's presence at Cinemacon. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner. All you got to do is be a sub, leave a comment if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so it has been confirmed that Disney will be presenting at Cinemacon on April 11th. This is a con that they're generally at every single year. They were there last year, and as I said during the prologue, every year this comes up, something huge for Marvel is anticipated to be there. In 2018, it was perhaps the first look at Avengers Endgame, and every single one has followed suit. Now, this is a place that they normally showcase their upcoming content, trailers, updates, teasers, that kind of thing, but Marvel Studios never generally has the kind of fan presentation there that you would expect at a San Diego Comic-Con or D23. And there's good reason for this. That's because Cinemacon is actually more aimed at theatrical exhibitors, basically people inside the industry, than it is sort of fan-facing or outside the industry. That's why a lot of the first look footage, things that are presented and shown there, are shown behind closed doors, and again to people in the industry that are going to be working with them to show these movies, not really to the fans so they can drum up fan excitement. That's a totally different kind of presentation. Now, that does not mean that they will absolutely not show anything from Marvel Studios. There's a chance that if they have some clips or they might talk about some titles, things like that, but I would not anticipate a Fantastic Four casting announcement. B, we will have already gotten the first trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine already released to the public, so if there's maybe a different edit or something like that, or they want to talk about that film for this year, but keep in mind the rest of the Marvel movies, Thunderbolts, won't have started filming by this point. Fantastic Four will not have started filming by this point, Brave New World will just be starting reshoots and doesn't come out until next year, and Blade will not have started production, or if it is, it will have just started. Now, there are other properties Marvel and Disney intend on releasing this year, a lot of them on Disney+, but again, this is Cinemacon and for the cinema, not for their Disney+ streaming channel. So they've got a ton of stuff they could show, like What If Season 3, clips from Agatha Coven of Chaos, even what they might be filming now for Daredevil Born Again, but again, this is not the place for that. This is for stuff that's headed to the theater, and that's for their streaming service in Disney+. So when you add up the fact that A, this is not primarily a fan event, it's not primarily fan-facing. Yes, there are fans, people who are there who bought tickets because they're fans of upcoming cinema, but it's a lot more tuned to people who are already in the industry. B, this is only for the theater, and a majority of Marvel's projects will be in a flux of just beginning filming for next year. And really, this is an exhibition for things that are headed to the theater in 2024. Marvel only has one of which in Deadpool and Wolverine. And C, Deadpool and Wolverine will have already had a ton of public promo, and by then, I would temper your expectations and greatly for what you expect Marvel Studios to reveal at Cinemacon. That's if they reveal anything. Remember, only Disney is confirmed to be there, not specifically Marvel, and they have enough movies, brands, labels, they could talk about a ton of stuff and never touch on Marvel Studios. Now look, it's not all doom and gloom. This is the perfect time to look ahead, because a short 2 months right after that in July, we'll have San Diego Comic-Con, and then less than 2 weeks after San Diego Comic-Con is D23. In one of the previous videos where we talked about the D23 announcement, I pointed to that and said that it was ultra curious. The reason being, what I hinted at during this video, is that last year the precedent that Marvel set was they had a huge Hall H presentation. That's where they revealed Avengers Secret Wars, Avengers King Dynasty, even the Fantastic Four, some of the Slate. but during D23 is when they revealed a ton of first look footage, and some of which hasn't been seen since. Like, we got to see clips of Ironheart, and that's the only Ironheart footage that's ever been shown. They actually went above and beyond, outside of revealing new Avengers titles, with what they did during that live presentation and bringing out a majority of casts for the TV shows and films they were talking about. What I'm saying is, you could argue that D23 was slightly bigger than Hall H, and why shouldn't it be that way? Disney and Marvel are getting all the shine, and at their own convention, that's what Disney 23 is. But what's crazy about this is that they've now stacked their D23 presentation 2 weeks after San Diego Comic-Con. Not months after San Diego Comic-Con like it was in 2022, where it was in September, 2 weeks afterwards. And I find it a little bit curious for a Disney and Marvel company that may be looking again to make a bigger presentation at D23, that they're now doing it that close to San Diego Comic-Con. So I do not expect them to skip Hall H entirely. They have too much rich history and reveals there for the fans of the comic book community. It's just become one of the biggest draws there. I think Marvel Studios knows that, and I think they know it would be a huge fan disappointment for people planning to go to SDCC and not D23 if they didn't show up and drop some Marvel stuff. But what I would say is that with D23 being that close behind it, and now the precedent they've set for it having way more reveals, I think the big stuff is probably going to come in the beginning of August there in Anaheim, instead of what we expect maybe during the summer and from San Diego. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below in general, how hype you are for what the slate may look like. There are so many upcoming Marvel movies and TV shows they haven't announced yet. It's going to look very different, especially with the dates and the timetables. And I'm calling it now. I don't think Avengers Secret Wars is coming out till 2029 or 2030. But I am all ears as always, and unfortunately, we're going to have to fade 2 or 3 days of people on social media saying, hey, expect the fantastic forecasting at Cinemacon. If you see that, maybe drop a comment and let them know that's absolutely not happening. I'm all ears. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s here at the channel. We're just going to continue to do so until the PlayStation 5 Pro or the PlayStation 6 comes out. Who knows at this point? Next week, starting on Monday, we're going to be giving away tickets to Madam Web for a week. If you want to be entered to win or for any of the future giveaways here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will always be announced live with my voice in the comments shown on screen, so please be safe on my YouTube channel, really any other channel or platform. Remember that there are scammers out there trying to impersonate your favorite content creator, trying to slip into your comments or DMs and tell you you've won. The whole goal is to make you pay for shipping for a prize that isn't there. No YouTuber, no content creator, if you ever win a prize from us, we'll ever charge you for shipping. I can promise you that. So be sure to report those comments to the respective platforms. As they're very good about deleting them. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places. Instagram and Twitter at @IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, under the name Allfires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, to those of you who already have and supported me, I can't thank you enough. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.